Hello and welcome to another episode of Excel Learning Series with Syed. In this episode, we will try to learn how to VLOOKUP across multiple sheets and workbooks in Excel. To follow along with me, please click on the link in the video description to download the set of workbooks that I will be using during this episode. There are 4 workbooks that I will be using here. The first workbook is where we will perform lookups. Looking up these employee IDs, we will get the email ID for that employee. The second workbook is book 1. We have 5 sheets in this workbook. Similarly, we have book 2 and book 3. All of these different workbooks contains the data that we will be using to perform our lookup. Let us get started. Before I begin, let me tell you something important. In order to perform a lookup across different workbooks and different worksheets, I will try to combine all of this data into one large table using Power Query Builder. It is important that your data structure is same across all worksheets and workbooks. For example, it should have exact set of columns with the same data type. Now with that in hand, what we will do is go to data on the top, and here we have get data Power Query Builder. Under this, I will select Launch Power Query Editor. I am on a Mac machine. If you are on a Windows computer, this might appear little differently on your machine. I have added a link to a video where you will be able to find how to combine the data when you're working on a Windows machine. Go ahead, check that video and come back to this video again. And now let me go ahead and click on Launch Power Query Editor here. When I do that, the Power Query Editor will open up. Here, I will try to combine all the worksheets, that is 5 sheets from book 1, book 2 and book 3 using the Power Query Builder. To get started, under the Home tab, I will click on Get Data, then select Excel Workbook. This is where we are trying to import the data from. When I do that, I will have Get Data dialog. From here, I will select Browse, and then I will select my book 1. Please note that I cannot select more than one workbook, so I will have to go one by one. I will select my book 1, click on Get Data on the lower right side. Now I will click on the next button on the lower right. It will extract all the sheets from that workbook. Now I will click on the first worksheet, and holding the Shift key down, I will click on the last one in order to select all of them. I need all these worksheets to be imported in my Power Query Builder. Once I have all of them selected, I will click on Create. It will import all those sheets in my Query Builder. You can see that on the left-hand side panel here. Now that we have the sheets from the first workbook, let us go ahead and get the sheets from the second workbook. I will click on Get Data again, select Excel Workbook, then click on the Browse button and select my book 2, click on Get Data. Then I will click Next, select all my sheets from first to last, then click on Create. It will import all the sheets from the book 2. Now let us do the same and import the data from book 3. Click on Get Data, Excel Workbook, and under Connection Settings, we click on Browse, select the book 3 and click on Get Data. Then we will click on Next. Then we will select all the sheets of this workbook and click on Create. If you have more than 3 workbooks and more than several worksheets, you can keep repeating these actions until you have all your sheets loaded in your Power Query Builder. Once you have all of them loaded, select the first one and holding the Shift key down, select the last one. This will allow you to select all the sheets in the range. When you have them selected, on the top right, click on Combine and select Append Queries. Click on that little down arrow and then select Append Query as New. Select that option, and here in the Append dialog, select the option that says 3 or more tables because we have more than 3 worksheets. So I'm going to select that. I already have D15 on the right hand side. I will have to move all my sheets into the right hand side column. It says available tables. Each sheet is referred to as a table. So I will go ahead and double click on each of them. Because I am on a Mac machine, I will not be able to add all of them at once. On a Windows computer, I'm sure this is something that you can do. So let us go ahead and add all of them. So I will go ahead and add one by one. Since I have D15, I will skip that. So double clicking on each sheet, added it here. Now that I have all my sheets loaded here, I will click on OK. It will create a query called append. I will call it master underscore lookup. So this will create a new table and call it master lookup. I will click anywhere outside or press tab on my keyboard. You can see in my data range, I now have master lookup table also. This is a combination of all the data from D1 to D15. It has combined everything in our master lookup. Now that we have our master lookup, we can click on close and load. This will load the master lookup sheet in my workbook. But also note, on the Mac, for some reason, it is also importing D1 to D15. All these sheets will also be imported. This may not be the case when you're working with Windows. It will allow you to select a specific worksheet when loading the data. But that is not the case here. So no worries, we will get rid of the unwanted sheets once we load it. So I will select master lookup here and then click on close and load. There we go. It started loading the data. Here in master lookup, I will have the combo of everything which is available in all these different sheets, that is from D1 to D15. So once this data is loaded, I will go ahead and get rid of all these unwanted sheets and I will just click delete. Now that I have removed all those sheets, I will go ahead and perform my lookup. This is going to be simple and straightforward lookup. We are trying to look up the employee ID here and get the email ID from the column 5. So for that, I will go ahead and start typing in equal to VLOOKUP and look up what? I want to look up this value. Where do I look up? I want to look up under master lookup table. See that? That is now available to select because it is a table name which is already fed in the system. So I will select that. Upon the success, what do I want? I want the value from 5th column and I want the accurate one. So I will select 0, close the bracket and press enter. There we go. I have extracted the email successfully. I will drag this down and I will have all the email IDs extracted for all the employee IDs. So this is how we perform a VLOOKUP in more than one workbook and multiple sheets. If you have more than 3 or 4 or any number of workbooks and worksheets, remember this is going to be the most straightforward method to get it done. There might be other ways to do this, but this is the most safest and straightforward method. If this video has helped you, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. In the next episode, we will explore more dimensions of Excel. Until then, stay happy, stay lovely.